This should be played at high volume, preferably in a residential area. This should be played. This should be played at high volume, preferably in a residential area.
Due to some violent content, parental discretion is advised.
Shalom, salama, siyeme, shalom to you always, family abroad. It's your man Yashar Rawls, aka Red Letter Rap, and you already know my wife Yazzie Red is with us as well.
Shalom, peace and blessings, family.
No doubt, no doubt. So, family, what a beautiful week, blessed and highly favored. All right, so the Most High has been doing some real big things. And in the background, like there's some things that I'm very excited about. Most High willing, you definitely please hit that like button upon entering the building, family. Shalom to you always, Sister Rachel S. Shalom, Sister Pissy Lola. Y'all bless. You know what I'm saying? Been a long time since you've been on in the building with us. Been hiding out, whether it be in somewhere in Ohio or somewhere in Michigan. Just messing with you, sis. All right, so family, like there's a brother that I've been getting a chance to go ahead and chop it up with. I'm not going to go into great detail about anything, but the brother has some really good information and good knowledge and wisdom on a lot of good things as far as truly declaring your sovereignty from the foolishness of this satanic system. Like I said, I'm not going to go into depth and detail because we're still, chopping it up. We're still getting to understand some things. But, oh, man, family, the Most High has definitely blessed this brother. This brother for the last 7 years has been, his ministry has been set up on what it was I taught about down in Archdale, North Carolina, on Genesis 1:29 and Genesis 1:30. So this brother has been teaching on that same subject for 7 years. And there is so many more scriptures than what I presented in Archdale, North Carolina. But there's so many more scriptures, family, so many more than what I presented while I was in Archdale. And so I would love to show y'all a couple of them tonight, at least one more. She said, I listen always, beloved family. Love always. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Showing up. So let me see here. You can go to Bible Hub right quick. Actually, no, I can go to Blue Letter Bible. I can go to Blue Letter
Why
Bible.
don't you show the family the book that this guy made? Maybe it's on Amazon. You want me to pull it up on Instagram to see the name of the book?
Yeah. Pull it up on Instagram, send it to me, and I'll try to pull it up right quick. All right, so real quick, family. Yes, definitely. Shalom, you always. Akoti, Shalisha. Definitely. So I'm gonna go ahead and share screen with y'all right quick. This is something that I cannot believe we missed this. We didn't go back over this when we had the opportunity to, right? We missed it. So all praise to the Most High that that he's definitely showing something. So I want to make sure right quick that y'all can see this clean and clear. You already know how I get down, gotta make it fair. Let me go ahead and make sure I can see this on my phone screen. There we go. So I can blow it up a little bit more. All right, so it's about how we normally usually do it. Got that far in. Uh-oh. All right, so Exodus will start at verse, it's chapter 16, starting at verse 7. Remember, Exodus, chapter 16, verse 7. And in the morning, then ye shall see the glory of Yahuwah, for that he heareth your murmurings against Yahuwah. And what are we that ye murmur against us? You know? And then so Exodus 16 and 8. And Masha said, this shall be when Yahuwah shall give you in the evening flesh to eat, and in the morning bread to the full. For that Yahuwah heareth your murmurings, which ye murmur against him. And what are we? That we, your murmurings are not against us, but against Yahuwah. So this verse right here, look at it again. This shall be when Yahuwah shall give you in the evening flesh to eat, and in the morning bread to the full. So this was the sign that the Most High was going to change something, that he was going to change something in Yasharal, because he was trying to wean them off of the meat flesh and get them back to the original path. That was the goal. That's always been the goal, family, to wean us off of the meat flesh and back to Genesis 1 and 29 and 1 and 30. That was the goal, and that's always been the goal, and that is always the goal. So the Most High told Masha to tell the children of Yasharal, and Masha said, this shall be when Yahuwah shall give you in the evening flesh to eat, and in the morning bread to the full. So what happened? Let's see here. Numbers 11. What happened? What happened? And when the people complained, it displeased Yahuwah. Numbers chapter 11. And when the people complained, it displeased Yahuwah. And Yahuwah heard it, and his anger was kindled, and the fire of Yahuwah burnt among them and consumed them that were in the uttermost parts of the camp. And when the people cried unto Masha, and Masha prayed unto Yahuwah, the fire was quenched. And he called the name of that place Taberah, because the fire of Yahuwah burnt among them, and the mixed multitude that was among them fell a lusting. And the children of Yasharal also wept again and said, who shall give us flesh to eat? We remember the fish which we did eat in Egypt freely, and the cucumbers and the melons and the leeks and the onions and the garlic. But now our soul is dried away. There is nothing at all besides this bread, besides this manna before our eyes. So at this point, the Most High had given them manna in the morning and allowed them to eat meat flesh at night. But then the Most High took the meat flesh away and gave them nothing but manna. And they complained over it. This is what we missed when we went through these right here. We missed this. That was the sign that the Most High was going to change something in Yasharal, to wean us off of the meat flesh, the worm food. Get the worms out of our teeth, family. Right here, Numbers 11 and 6. But now our soul is dried away. There is nothing at all besides this manna before our eyes. So the Most High took away the meat flesh and gave them nothing but the bread. It's right there in your Bible the whole time. The whole time it's been staring you right in the face. Shalom, shalom. Definitely good to see y'all. Definitely good to see y'all. Trying to go back on through and shout everybody on out best I can. Definitely remember to like, share, subscribe, because this is a safe place to come dwell, safe place to come Bible study. This is a good place where when the word starts cutting, hey, it's all right. It is all right. We all got to get cut by it. All of us. Every last one of us is going to get cut by this word. Shalom to you always, Jules B. Yeah, definitely. So,
I sent you the book.
mm,
So it looks like they're not charging for the book, but if you can give a donation, it'll be nice. And we should give honor where honor is due. So if somebody takes time to make a book and put it out there, give something.
right.
The time that he took. Are you sharing that?
No, I'm not sharing this right now because I'm going to have to switch accounts in just a moment.
I sent it to all your things. Instagram, Messenger, your texts, everything.
It's all right. It's all right.
So whichever's easier for you to do so.
All right. Well, then let me go ahead and.
You keep on showing that lady throwing up the bean, and I'm trying to eat here.
Babe, I'm trying to. Goodness. All right, family. Hold on just a moment. I'm trying to see what Sister Yaz had sent to me in Messenger right quick. Here we go. All right, so let me go ahead and pull this on up for y'all. All right, so share screen. And so this is the peoples that we're talking about. The lying pen of the scribe. Get your copy today. Why all believers in the Creator, especially Torah keepers, vitally need this book. All right. So I'm going to go like this. I'm going to copy, and I'm going to put this in the chat. So that way, when y'all get a moment, y'all can check this on out. Go straight to their page. This right here is from Kingdom Bound Nomads. All right. And I believe I am already following them on one of my accounts. This is my other one. This is the Red Letter Raps page.
And family, please, if you have to donate, please donate to them if you're going to request for the book.
Absolutely. So this, like I said, this brother and his wife, you know what I'm saying? This brother and sister, they're not brother and sister together, you know what I'm saying? But they're a married couple, you know what I'm saying? Ish and Isha. So they have been on this path for a long time and been preaching on this message for preaching and teaching on this message for 7 years. 7 years that they've been showing the proof from the scriptures and even wrote a book about it. All right. The institutional corruption of the biblical sacrificial and dietary laws, the lying pen of the scribe, hidden in plain sight. All right. So, with all that being said, I pray the Most High bless y'all to go check them on out. Get your hands on that book. So that way you know good and for show that it's not just Brother Rawls trying to tell y'all, you know what I'm saying, something that you don't know or something that is trying to hurt you or harm you. I'm trying to show you exactly what the Most High has been trying to show y'all, been trying to tell y'all, and been trying to bless y'all with since the day he woke you up, or since the day that look, All praises. I am getting that book by all means. Please do.
And family, transitioning off of meat is just one step at a time. But I truly believe that the Most High wants us to return as far back as eating like we should have been eating in the Garden of Eden, or how we even see that David ate.
Mm.
Where we're eating more raw stuff, as you can see.
Oh yeah, that's
Um,
these are romaine lettuce boat wraps with some king trumpet mushrooms shredded on down, some diced tomatoes, some jalapenos, some cilantro, some parsley, a little green, red bell pepper, some diced red onion. I mean, some guacamole up in here. It's stupid
the
good. It's
the
stupid
mock
good.
meat is seasoned cooked pecan nuts and lentils mixed. And I really do believe that the Most High is gonna want us to go more with raw eventually. That's where He's leading me. That's how this wife of this couple. That's actually how I met her, through a raw living group on Facebook. Just getting ideas, because the Most High is just telling me, like, we've adapted to these poor habits of ours, that even when we eat vegetables, we have to like put oil and put all these seasonings, and like, they're just very, very poor habits. The Most High is showing me, like, He's leading me more towards incorporating more raw in our meals, getting that wetness from the vegetables, that water from the vegetables, all the nutrients from the vegetables. Um, Intaking less unnatural oil, or less what is it, excess of oil.
Yeah.
um our people suffer from high blood pressure, high cholesterol, right? If we can just get back, like, we could even reverse a lot of the damages to our body. And how could we do that? We do that by, like, cleansing our system from all these toxins, eating more cleaner and healthier. So transitioning off of meat is just one piece of it. But I gotta tell you, family, once you find new ways of cooking, it's just new ways of cooking. It's just relearning. Like, the Most High used roles that in June 10th to speak on this very topic, and since then, so many people have been working towards a transition. One of the sisters this week, she made the mock lentils nut meat, some mock meat with lentils, and she used pecans. You could use walnuts, and her family absolutely loved it. Her husband wanted it the next day. She said her family is a big fried chicken eater. They love their buffalo wings too. Oh, there she go. Oh, praises. Okay, I'm talking about you. And they did the oysters, the fried oyster mushrooms, and they loved it. It's just a transition. It's
That's right. Talking about you, sis.
you know, um, she said it made her feel good. She wasn't like sluggish. She was content. She didn't feel overstuffed. So it's just a transition. It's so cleaner. And guess what? The fact that you could let go of that type of bondage, right? Like Rose asked me today, because I decided today that I'm not even going to intake any gluten. The Most High revealed something with my health that was very upsetting to me. And I looked up how I could reverse the effects of what I recently noticed this morning that's going on. And the documentation said, what's going on is from inflammation and vitamin deficiencies, and could also be caused by gluten. So now that's it. I'm not doing any rice. I'm not doing any bread. I'm not doing any pasta. That's just confirmation. He came in asking me if I wanted some chickpeas cheese doodles. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing any of that. I'm going to put this flesh under submission because I want my health back.
All praises. See, family, I'm telling you, you hear how excited we are over it. And you see, sis was like, look, I feel so good, family. Like, look, this ain't just, some people that's just trying to get you to do something that ain't no good for you. This is something that is so good for you. It's so good for your well-being. It's to cleanse your temple from the inside out. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my goodness. And the Most High cares about your temple. He wants to dwell inside of you, but he can't dwell in a place of habitual sin. He cannot dwell in a place that is unclean. You know what I'm saying? So, and I know that there's a lot of things that we've been ignorant to for a long time, all of us. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of them, right? And so, like I told you, I don't know how many times. Like I used to eat all the bottom feeders. I used to eat them all. Like I did all of that stuff. But ever since the Most High gave me conviction over changing all that foolishness, and then getting all the way full on into this dietary path, I'm trying to tell y'all, family, I feel so good. I'm about to be 44 in November, and I still can keep up doing this concrete, brick, block, and stone. But I mean, am I sore? Yeah, I get a little sore. I mean, I ain't no spring chicken,
But
but
even
but I still feel a whole lot better than I would if I would not be eating like this.
But I say even for the women, many of us women, we turn 40 years old and our hormones are imbalanced sometimes, and we feel sluggish. We start having thinning of hair, we start gaining weight, and we just want to feel more like how we used to feel and be able to do the things we used to do. And part of that is eating cleaner, having more vitamins in our system. And family, keep in mind, if you work on transitioning this, we want to be mindful of what vegetables to put in our body, what fruits. I mean, I'm learning from this new sister. Her name is Melissa. Her husband is the one that created that book that you just saw, and she's over here putting me on, giving me materials, showing me that when we eat melons, we're not supposed to mix melons and papayas with any other fruit. Like we're supposed to leave at least 30 minutes in between, even with other fruit or even with other food, because we can get bloated. She sent me even a chart on how long it takes for the body to digest vegetables, how long it takes for the body to digest food. Like the Most High wants to bring us back to health. The Most High wants to restore us. Being restored is not only being restored in our land, but being restored to our healthy temple, a renewing of the minds.
Facts.
Okay, so I want to keep you encouraged. I haven't seen this site though, but one of the sisters, she told me Pinterest. She goes to Pinterest to get her recipes, and then she just puts her own twist in it. I have not done that as of yet, but you can go there. You guys can also hit me up at yazarettally@yahoo.com. I'm more than happy to connect with you to, help you get started. Even if you go in grocery shopping, be there with you on video, help you pick out things. It's all about loving on each other, supporting each other through this journey.
Oh, praises. That's what's up. Mm-hmm. All right, family. I gotta wipe my hands off. All right. I know y'all probably heard me get my Hebrew crunch on this lettuce. I'm trying to tell y'all it's so good. All right. So, mm-mm-mm. That's right. See, these diabolical devils say fruit cocktails. Wow, that's right. Absolutely. All praise to the Most High. All praise to the Most High. All right. So, me. I got some. All right. So if you can, you will, family. Let's go ahead and bow our heads and get ready to bring on in the scriptures. We're going to jump right back into the book of Joshua and get this finished on up tonight. Yep, absolutely. So she was in the grocery store with me. That's right. I remember I came home from work and y'all was on the phone, and she going to the grocery store with you pretty much like virtually and all that. Man, that's what it's all about.
I love it. I love it. Somebody did it for us. We're more than happy to do it for other people.
Facts, facts. All right. So if you can, you will, family. Let's go ahead and bow our heads and get to praying on in the scriptures. And so where we can get a much more deeper understanding of what the Most High expects of us when we come home and what he expects of us in his law, statutes, commandments, and judgments, all right? Abba Ahayu, Most High Yah of Yasharal, Most High Yah of Abraham, of Yatisah, and Yahweh, the one true Elohim of all creation, creator of all the heavens and earth and everything within. Yahweh, Sabah, Uwat. Abba, we come humbly before your throne, thanking you for this day of rest that you allow for us to have and partake of, even though some of us know that your true Shabbat is on Monday now for this month, because we know how you declared it. But we ask in your name, Abba, restore us to our land, restore us to the place in which you have taken us from. You told us in so many places in your scriptures that you're going to do so, that no more shall it be said that Yahuwah lives that brought his people out of the land of Mizraim, Egypt, but Yahuwah lives who have raised up seed and led his people out of the country of the north. So Abba, please lead us out of these places, bring us back home, and allow us to observe your Shabbat properly as you have said it, not as this wicked system allows us to. Abba, we ask these things in your precious name. We ask that you will bestow your Holy Spirit upon this house and upon every house watching. Give us all a double portion of discernment, Abba, so that way we can hear you when you speak. Give us all a double portion of discernment so that way we can understand what it is you really need from us and in the obedience that we are supposed to walk in. Most importantly, Abba, I can't forget to ask forgiveness of our sins and iniquities, those things known and unknown, and the sins and iniquities of our ancestors and forefathers. For we repent, Abba, when we fulfill the word that you have set forth and humbling our hearts in the place of our captivity, seeking you with all our heart and soul, that you may restore us and restore our land and even restore our children back unto you. In Yahushua holy name we pray. Amen. Hallelujah.
Amen. Hallelujah.
All right. All praises to the Most High Yah. So let's go ahead and share scripture. All right. And you already know I'm going to blow this on up for y'all. About, what, 380. Maybe a little smaller than that. Maybe. Yep, a little smaller than that. A little smaller than that too. Sheesh. Uh-oh. Very much apologize, family. Oh, goodness. Now, I am not sure why this is doing this right about now. All right, so it's a little bit less. All right, so sorry for the delay. Very much sorry for the delay. I pray y'all sticking around with us. So we're gonna pick right up here in chapter 23 of the book of Joshua from the Greek Septuagint. All right. And it came to pass that the many days after Yahuwah had given Yasharal rest from all his enemies round about, that Yehoshua was old and advanced in years. And Yehoshua called together all the children of Yasharal and their elders and their chiefs and their judges and their officers, and said to them, I am old and advanced in years, and ye have seen all that Yahuwah or Elohim has done to all these nations before us. For it is Yahuwah, your Elohim, who has fought for you. See that I have given you these nations that are left to you by lots to your tribes, all the nations being at Jordan or at Yarden, and some I have destroyed, and the boundaries shall be at the great sea westward. Once again, I will keep showing in his word these boundaries. And Yahuwah our Elohim, he shall destroy them before us until they utterly perish. And he shall send against them the wild beasts until he shall have utterly destroyed them and their kings from before you. And ye shall inherit their land, as Yahuwah our Elohim said to you. Do ye therefore strive diligently to observe and to do all the things written in the book of the law of Mashah, that ye turn not to the right hand or to the left, that ye go not into in among these nations that are left, and the names of their Elohim shall not be named among you, neither shall ye serve them, neither shall ye bow down to them. That's big and powerful right there, family. So let's read that one more again. Do ye therefore strive diligently to observe and do all the things written in the book of the law of Mashah, that ye turn not to the right hand or to the left. And then in verse 7 right here of chapter 23, that ye go not in among these nations that are left, in the names of their Elohims shall not be named among you, neither shall ye serve them, neither shall ye bow down to them, but ye shall cleave to Yahuwah or Elohim, as ye have done until this day. And Yahuwah shall destroy them before you, even great and strong nations, and no one has stood before us until this day. One of you has chased 1,000, for Yahuwah or Elohim, he fought for you. And as he said to us, that's powerful, family. He says, one of you has chased 1,000. How come your KJV don't say that? I bet your KJV says, for one of you shall chase 1,000. Almost got me looking this one right quick. Let me see. Let me see. Yeah, we ain't too far from done with this.
Yeah, you said we were almost finished.
Yeah, I know.
That means we got a short night.
I know. Yeah, it says verse 10 in my KJV, one man of you shall chase 1,000. For Yahuwah your Elohim, he it is that fighteth for you, as he hath promised you. But right here in the Greek Septuagint says, one of you has chased 1,000. See, that's a whole lot different. And take ye great heed to love Yahuwah or Elohim. For if ye shall turn aside and attach yourselves to these nations that are left with you, and make marriages with them, and become mingled with them, and they with you, know that Yahuwah will no more destroy these nations from before you, and they will be to you snares and stumbling blocks, and nails in your heels, and darts in your eyes, until ye be destroyed from off this good land, which Yahuwah your Elohim has given you. That is powerful. See, that's exactly why. Huh. Yeah, you don't want to give me that decision. I'm telling you what. That couldn't have been me. I'm sorry. I say that, because Joshua, he messed up and not wiping out them people from Gabon that played that wretched trick on him, talking about they were scared, so they had to run that game. And then gonna turn around and say, but go ahead and do as you see fit and good unto your eyes. And he went ahead and just kept them as slaves. No. So verse 14, but I hasten to go the way of death, as all that are upon the earth also do. And know ye in your heart and in your soul that not one word has fallen to the ground of all the words which Yahuwah, our Elohim, has spoken respecting all that concerns us. Here, there has not one of them failed, and it shall come to pass that as all the good things that are come upon us, which Yahuwah spoke concerning you, so Yahuwah Elohim will bring upon you all the evil things, until he shall have destroyed you from off this good land, which Yahuwah has given you. See, I'm about to take another good look at that, family, because Yehoshua or Joshua, son of Nahu or son of Nun, was not playing either. He said, and it shall come to pass that as all the good things are come upon us, which Yahuwah spoke concerning you, so Yahuwah Elohim will bring upon you all the evil things, until he shall have destroyed you from off this good land, which Yahuwah has given you. When ye transgress the covenant of Yahuwah or Elohim, which he has charged us, and go serve other Elohims and bow down to them. And it wasn't just bowing down to other Elohims. Like he said, when ye, right here, when you transgress the covenant, it's that part. When you transgress the covenant of Yahuwah or Elohim, which he has charged us. And Yehoshua gathered all the tribes of Yasharal to Selo, and convoked their elders and their officers and their judges, and set them before Elohim. And Yehoshua said to all the people, thus says Yahuwah Elohim of Yasharal, your fathers at first sojourned beyond the river, even Thara or Terah. See, it's Thara right here, the father of Abaraham, Abaraham right here, and the father of Nahar or Nahar, and they've served other Elohims And I took your father Abraham from the other side of the river, and I guided him through all the land, and I multiplied his seed, and I gave to him Isaac, and to Isaac Jacob and Esau. And I gave to Esau Mount Seir for him to inherit, and Jacob and his sons went down to Mizraim, Egypt, and became there a great and populous and mighty nation. And the Egyptians afflicted them, and I smote Egypt with the wonders that I wrought among them. And afterwards, Elohim brought out our fathers from Mizraim, from Egypt, and ye entered into the Red Sea, or the Sea of Reeds, and the Egyptians pursued after our fathers with chariots and horses, and the Sea of Reeds, or the Red Sea, and we cried aloud to Yahuwah, and he put a cloud and darkness between us and the Egyptians, and he brought the sea upon them and covered them. And your eyes have seen all that Yahuwah did in the land of Mizraim. And ye were in the wilderness many days, and he brought us into the land of the Amorites that dwelt beyond Jordan. And Yahuwah delivered them into our hands. And ye inherited their land, and utterly destroyed them from before you. And Balak, king of Moab, the son of Sephor, rose up and made war against Yasharal, and sent and called Balaam to curse us. But Yahuwah the Elohim would not destroy thee, and he greatly blessed us and rescued us out of their hands, and delivered them to us. And ye crossed over Jordan, and came to Jericho, and the inhabitants of Jericho fought against us, the Amorite, and the Canaanite, and the Perizzite, and the Evite, and the Jebusite, and the Kettite, and the Girgashite. And Yahuwah delivered them into our hands. And he sent forth the hornet before you, and he drove them out from before you, even 12 kings of the Amorites, not with thy sword, nor with thy bow. Think about that, family. That will be something to see. That will be something to see. And he sent forth the hornet before you, and he drove them out before you, even 12 kings of the Amorites, not with thy sword, nor with thy bow. We didn't have to shoot not one arrow, nor unsheath a sword. Keep that in perspective, family. So, and he gave you a land on which ye did not labor, in cities which ye did not build, and ye were settled in them. And ye eat of vineyards and olive yards which ye did not plant. Now fear Yahuwah, and serve him in righteousness and justice, and remove the strange Elohims which our fathers served before beyond the river and in Egypt, and serve Yahuwah. But if it seem not good to you to serve Yahuwah, choose yourselves this day whom ye will serve, whether the Elohims of your fathers that were on the other side of the river, or the Elohims of the Amorites, among whom ye dwell upon their land. But I and my house will serve Yahuwah, for he is holy. And the people answered and said, far be it from us to forsake Yahuwah, so as to serve other Elohims. And Yahuwah, or Elohim, he is Elohim. He brought up us and our fathers from Mizraim, and kept us in all the way wherein we walked, and among all the nations through whom we passed. And Yahuwah cast out the Amorite and all the nations that inhabited the land from before us. Yeah, we will serve Yahuwah, for he is our Elohim. Aman. Ooh, we family, I'm trying to told you. And Yehoshua said to the people, indeed, ye will not be able to serve Yahuwah, for Elohim is holy. And he being jealous will not forgive your sins and your transgressions. Whensoever ye shall forsake Yahuwah and serve other Elohims, then he shall come upon you and afflict you and consume you, because he has done you good. And the people said to Yehoshua, nay, but we will serve Yahuwah. See, it looks good on paper, don't it? How our ancestors even said that, nay, we will serve Yahuwah. This is about 2 or 3 times, actually at least twice right here within the same chapter, that our ancestors agreed 2 times over before all this, before Yehoshua even passed, saying that we're going to serve the Most High, for he has done us good. Right here. Yeah, we will serve Yahuwah, for he is our Elohim. And Yehoshua said to the people, indeed, ye will not be able to serve Yahuwah, for Elohim is holy, and he being jealous will not forgive your sins and your transgressions. Whensoever ye shall forsake Yahuwah and serve other Elohims, then he shall come upon you and afflict you and consume you, because he has done you good. And the people said to Yehoshua, nay, but we will serve Yahuwah. And Yehoshua said to the people, ye are witnesses against yourselves. That is powerful. Ye are witnesses against yourselves that ye have chosen Yahuwah to serve him. And now take away the strange Elohims that are among you, and set your heart right toward Yahuwah, Elohim of Yasharal. And the people said to Yehoshua, we will serve Yahuwah and will hearken to his voice. I'll go ahead and give y'all a chance to go ahead and screenshot that. I know it's not pretty. But I'm pretty sure you have something you can kind of clean that up with or whatever. You can at least crop it, you know what I'm saying? Give y'all a couple seconds to go ahead and screenshot that verse 22 right there. Remind your people, family. We got to remind our people. This is what our ancestors said. And this is what Yehoshua said to us. Ye are witnesses against yourselves that ye have chosen Yahuwah to serve him. You know what I'm saying? So this is right here. So Yehoshua made a covenant with the people on that day and gave them a law and an ordinance in Selo before the tabernacle of Elohim of Yasharal. And he wrote these words in the book of the laws of Elohim. And Yehoshua took a great stone and set it up under the oak before Yahuwah. And Yehoshua said to the people, behold, this stone shall be among you for a witness, for it has heard all the words that have been spoken to it by Yahuwah. For he has spoken to you this day, and this stone shall be among you for a witness in the last days, whenever ye shall deal falsely with Yahuwah, my Elohim. So he's trying to make sure, like, look, you got to understand, that's my Elohim up there, and I ain't going to turn against him. He said, but this stone shall be among you for a witness in the last days, whenever ye shall deal falsely with Yahuwah, my Elohim. And Yehoshua dismissed the people, and they went every man to his place. And Yasharal served Yahuwah all the days of Yehoshua and all the days of the elders that lived, as long as Yehoshua and all that knew all the words of Yahuwah which he wrought for Yasharal. And it came to pass after these things that Yehoshua the son of Nahu, the servant of Yahuwah, died at the age of 110 years old. And they buried him by the borders of his entrance in Tham Nasarah, in the mount of Ephraim, northward in the mount of Gilead. There they put with him into the tomb in which they buried him the knives of stone with which he circumcised. Let's go ahead and blow this up just a little bit more. The knives with which he circumcised the children of Yasharal, and Galgala, when he brought them out of Egypt, as Yahuwah appointed them. And there they are to this day. We got to make this just a little bit easier, family. Maybe just a little more easier. And maybe just a little more easier. Goodness. There we go. And the children of Yasharal brought up the bones of Yosef, or Yahusef. I need to show y'all that one. I need to show y'all that one in the concordance one of these times. Yahusef out of Misraim, and buried them in Siema. You see me? In Siema, in the portion of the land which Jacob or Yaqub bought of the Amorites who dwelt in Siama. Or no, that says Sisima. That is a C. Yeah, that is a C. Sisima, for 100 ewe lambs. And he gave it to Yahusef for a portion. And it came to pass afterwards that Eleazar the high priest, the son of Aharon, died and was buried in Gabar. And Phinehas, his son, which he gave him in Mount Ephraim. In that day the children of Yasharal took the ark of Elohim and carried it about among them. And Phinehas exercised the priest's office in the room of Eleazar his father till he died. And he was buried in his own place, Gabar. But the children of Yasharal departed, everyone to their place and to their own city. And the children of Yasharal worshipped Astarte and Astaroth and the Elohims of the nations round about them. And Yahuwah delivered them into the hands of Eglam, king of Moab, and he ruled over them 18 years. And there it is. That's the end of Yehoshua, the book of Joshua. So you can see this is the second captivity that we end up going into. The first captivity being Egypt, Misraim, and then after we did not destroy the other false Elohims out of the land and started making covenants with the nations round about, that the Most High gave us over into the hand of Moab. Eglam, the king of Moab, for 18 years. And so, now I kind of want to just go ahead. I do, but I don't. I don't want to. I do want to start into Judges because it's only 8:55. Let me see here, family. be right on this in just a moment. I'm gonna do it like this then. All right. Let's go ahead and do this. Well, ooh, did I not send it over already? Maybe I didn't. I thought that I did. Well, it might just be an early night, which I probably fine with a whole lot of people, and that's perfectly fine with me, I guess. Let me see here, just to make sure, family, because I don't want to. I don't want that smoke with the Most High. I do not want them whoopings. Y'all know I don't want them whoopings. Yep, there it is. All right, so had to make sure, family. Like I said, I just had to make sure. So we'll get into a little bit of Judges from the Hebrew Israelite scriptures, and we will end up bringing the rest of Judges next week. look, Stacey Shaw, he gonna be like laughing at me, like, yeah, that's right. Look, that's oh, you don't. That's right, I don't. I don't want that smoke with the Most High. I don't want them whoopings. Y'all have no idea, like that. That's right. No, you don't. I don't. So that's interesting. I was just reading the Targum of Ruth. They claim Eglon is Ruth's father. That's a possibility. Remember, Ruth was a Moabite. You know what I mean? So that is a real good possibility right there. Let's see here. Leviticus 25:55. For to me, the children of Yasharah are servants. They are my servants, whom I brought out of the land of Mizraim. I am Yahuwah, your Alua. All praises, all praises. Shabbat Shalom, family. Much love and blessings to you all. Auntie Jerry in the building. All right, family. So let's go ahead and blow these scripts on up a little bit. All right. So obviously, y'all can see that I had this already prepped before we started going into the Septuagint. Now, we'll end up reading some of this from here, but next Saturday, most high willing, when we come live and whatnot, most high willing, we'll go into the Septuagint from the Book of Judges. All right, so that way we can get a much deeper, more in-depth transliteration than what we have right here. So let's go ahead and probably make this about 340%. Blow it up just a little bit bigger, like, yep, that'll work. So the Book of Judges. Now remember, we just left off from Yehoshua, and it showed that we went into captivity into the hands of Moab for 18 years. So the book of Judges starts up and says, now after the death of Yehoshua, it came to pass that the children of Yasharal asked Yahweh, saying, who shall go up for us against the Canaanite first to fight against them? And Yahweh said, Yehuda shall go up. Behold, I have delivered the land into his hand. And Yehuda said unto Shimon, his brother, come up with me into my lot, that we may fight against the Canaanite. And likewise, I will go, likewise will go with thee into thy lot. So Shimon, or Simeon, went with him. And Yehuda went up, and Yahweh delivered the Canaanite and the Perizim into their hand. And they slew of them Bezek, 10,000 men. And they found Adonai Bezek in Bezek. And they fought against him. And they slew the Canaanite and the Perizim. And Adonai Bezek fled. And they pursued after him and caught him and cut off his thumbs and his great toes. And Adonai Bezek said, 70 kings have their thumbs and their great toes cut off, gathered their meat under my table, as I have done. So Elohim hath requited me. And they brought him to Jerusalem, and there he died. So once again, Bezek said, 70 kings have their thumbs and their great toes cut off, gathered their meat under my table. So underneath his rule and underneath his table, 60, was it 3 score? So score is 20. So 60, 3 score and 10. So 70 kings have their thumbs and their great toes cut off and hid underneath his table, or by his rule. Therefore, the Most High hath requited him. He said, as I have done, so Elohim hath requited me. And they brought him to Jerusalem, and there he died. So, let's keep it moving, family. Now the children of Yehuda had fought against Jerusalem, and had taken it, and smitten it with the edge of the sword, and set the city on fire. And afterward the children of Yehuda went down to fight against the Canaanite that dwelt in the mountain, and in the south, and in the valley. And Yehuda went against the Canaanite, and that dwelt in Hebron, or Kebron. Now the name Kebron before was Kiarath Arba, or Kinnereth. And they slew Shishai and Achiman and Talmai. And from thence he went against the inhabitants of Debir. And the name Debir before was Kirath Sefer. And Caleb said, he that smiteth Kirath Sefer and taketh it, to him will I give Aksah, my daughter, to wife. And Atniel, the son of Quinaz, Caleb's younger brother, took it, and he gave him Aksah, his daughter, to wife. And it came to pass, when she came to him, that she moved him to ask her father a field. And she lighted off her donkey, or her ass, and Caleb said unto her, what thou wilt, or what wilt thou, or what do you need, what do you want? And she said unto him, give me a blessing, for thou hast given me a south land. Give me also springs of water. And Caleb gave her the upper springs and the nether springs. And the children of Quanim, Mashah's father-in-law, went up out of the city of palm trees with the children of Yehuda into the wilderness of Yehuda. See, every time I see this word wilderness now, every time I see that, I keep thinking Tanganyika, 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 every single time. And so, let me see here, family. Let me see. Let me go to these maps right quick. Because I'm wondering if in these maps that I have here, if I have the topography maps as well. Oh, I do. Oh, you know I do. So this one I took a picture of, or screenshot of. I have it opening up in just a moment. I'm gonna go ahead and crop it right quick before I share it, because I want to show y'all something, with this elevation and such with the land. If my PC will just speed up a little bit. There we go. All right, so there's a couple things here. There's a couple things that I've been noticing here and there, as far as, for one, shout out to Ock Lorvins. He's got a song that we're gonna listen to a little later on. We from far. Come on, help me say it. Yeah. So when you put some things into perspective and look at some of the breadcrumbs, right? Now, what is up with my... All right, so I guess I'm not going to be able to crop this the way I really, really want to. So we're just going to go ahead and just share it as is and just roll with it. All right. So let's go ahead and stop this one. And I'm going to share a screen with y'all with this photo right here. So for those of y'all that may not know, right? So over here is Tanzania. This is that valley. This way is Kenya. So there's parts of Kenya and Tanzania that was once Tanganyika, which means the wilderness. That's what that translates into, is the wilderness. And so the scripture we just got done seeing a second ago, and the children of Quanim, Mashah's father-in-law, went up out of the city of palm trees with the children of Yehuda into the wilderness of Yehuda, which lieth in the south of Arad, and they went and dwelt among the people. So There was also a valley just a second ago that let's see here. And afterward, okay, no, verse 9. And afterward, the children of Yehuda went down to fight against the Canaanim that dwelt in the mountain and in the south and in the valley. That's verse 9. So some of y'all have seen the receipts that Minister Jacob brought out showing the Roman occupation all up and down the east coast of Africa, up down through here, and some of the receipt evidence showing that in this mountainous region here, this would have been where Jerusalem would have been. So some of these things are just kind of sticking right out like sore thumbs, though, family. Some of it really does stick out. We showed y'all, or we went over the scriptures from Joshua chapter 1, verses 1 through 4, talking about how the whole land, talking about the coasts, all the way to the great sea shall be your coasts. You know, these coasts all the way to the great sea, these coasts. Feel me? Like this little strip of land here, like you just can't convince me. You can't convince me that this little strip of land right here, this is that chosen land, the holy land that the Most High gave the 12 tribes of Israel, this little strip of land here, as compared to all of this. He gonna give his people that he loves so much, the apple of his eye, this little tiny piece of land right here. Really? Really? I mean, come on, family. I ain't the smartest kid in class, but I raise my hand every now and again, all right? I got some answers too, all right? So it's things like that that just stick out, that the Most High he just makes stick out for us, all right? So I saw that, okay. D nice, break it down like this.
Why you is
Because that's from the old school. That's that old school D nice right there. Every now, I mean, I might just have to do that just for you. I might have to grab that old D nice and everything. And every time I see you, I'm gonna go ahead and run the clip. You'll see next time. All right, so let's get back to the scriptures. All right, so we was right about here. Talking about that they went into the wilderness of Yehuda, which lieth in the south of Arad, and they went and dwelt among the people. And Yehuda went to Shimon, or Simeon, his brother, and they slew the Canaanim that inhabited in Tesphath and utterly destroyed it. And the name of the city was called Kormah. Also, Yehuda took Azah with the coast thereof, and Ashkelon with the coast thereof, and Ekron with the coast thereof. So, come on now, family. Once again, these are borders right by the water. Like, come on. And Yahweh, go ahead. Oh. And Yahweh was with Yehuda, and he drave out the inhabitants of the mountain, but could not drive out the inhabitants of the valley because they had chariots of iron. And they gave Hebron unto Caleb, as Mashah said, and he expelled thence the three sons of Anak. Now, we saw right here just a second ago, but could not drive out the inhabitants of the valley because they had chariots. No, 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 no. I beg to differ. See, the only reason why the Most High wouldn't let us drive out anybody is if we made a covenant with them, or we were sinning, that we had picked up something we wasn't supposed to be picking up, or was in possession of an accursed item, things of that nature. So I'm thinking once we get to the Septuagint scriptures that we're going to find out a little bit more, or maybe as we go deeper into the Septuagint scriptures of this right here account, we'll find out a little bit more of how come or why not, why they could not overcome these people. Because it doesn't make sense that the Most High would tell us that, one of us has already driven out 10,000, whereas we have a lot more people in the situation in just this one tribe, especially the royal class, you know what I'm saying, and can't drive them out because they had chariots of iron. Nah, I beg to differ. Most High ain't gonna stand for that. That right there would go to stand that the Most High was not with them when they went to war with those people because they had done something they wasn't supposed to do. All right, I just got to make sure I make mention of these things as we're going through, because this is what the Most High is telling me to pointing out. All right, so let's keep it moving. And they gave Hebron unto Caleb, as Mashah said, and he expelled thence the three sons of Anak. So you gonna tell me Caleb, can take out these other three sons of Anak, which are giants, but Yehuda can't drive out the inhabitants, of this valley, or because they had chariots of iron. Okay. Like I said, I ain't the smartest kid in class, but I raise my hand there now and again. All right, so right here. And the children of Benjamin did not drive out the Yebusim that inhabited Jerusalem, but the Yebusim dwell with the children of Benjamin in Jerusalem unto this day. Like what? Once again, mistakes of our people, mistakes of our ancestors. They did not drive these people all the way out because they either made covenant with them, they felt sympathy for them, they might have been in possession of something they weren't supposed to be in possession of. In some way, shape, or form, no matter how you cut it, slice it, dice it, or discuss it, they didn't do what the Most High told them to do and how he told them to do it. So, in the house of Yahusef, they also went up against Bethel, and Yahweh was with them. And the house of Yahusef sent to Descri, Bethel. Now the name of the city before was Luz. And the spies saw a man come forth out of the city, and they said unto him, Show us, we pray thee, the entrance into the city, and we will show thee mercy. And when he showed them the entrance to the city, they smote the city with the edge of the sword, but they let go the man and all his family. And the man went into the land of the Kittim and built a city and called the name thereof Luz, which is the name thereof unto this day. A little conspicuous. So, neither did Manasseh drive out the inhabitants of Beth Shean and her towns, nor Ta'anak and her towns, nor the inhabitants of Dor and her towns, nor the inhabitants of Yeblim and her towns, nor the inhabitants of Megiddo and her towns, but the Canaanim would dwell in that land. So you see in just this verse alone, more disobedience from our ancestors, from our kinsman tribes. And it came to pass when Yasharah was strong that they put the Canaanim to tribute and did not utterly drive them out. Once again, another mistake. Neither did Ephraim drive out the Canaanim that dwelled in Gezer or Gazar, but the Canaanim dwelt in Gazar among them. Another mistake. Now I'm going to keep calling these out as mistakes because they came to bite us all in the butt later on down the line. Neither did Zebulun drive out the inhabitants of Quaitran, nor the inhabitants of Nahalal, but the Canaanim dwelt among them and became tributaries. Neither did, which is another mistake, neither did Ashar drive out the inhabitants of Akko, nor the inhabitants of Zidon, nor the Aklab, nor the Akzib, nor the Kelbah, nor Afik, nor of Rechab. But the Asherim, or the Asherites, dwelt among the Canaanim, the inhabitants of the land, for they did not drive them out. You can count off all those mistakes right there. Neither did Naphtali drive out the inhabitants of Beth Shemesh, nor the inhabitants of Beth Anath, but he dwelt among the Canaanim, the inhabitants of the land. Nevertheless, the inhabitants of Beth Shemesh and the Beth Anath became tributaries unto them. Two more mistakes. So you can see this reoccurring theme keep popping up, keep popping up, keep popping up, because this is not what the Most High told us to do. This is the opposite of what the Most High told us to do. This is exactly what Yehoshua, son of Naur, or son of Nun, said that was going to happen. And he warned us. And remember, we just got done seeing right at the very end of the book of Yehoshua, where he set up a big rock. And he said, this rock right here is a witness against you. As a matter of fact, you are even witnesses against yourselves because you've declared that you are going to obey the Most High. And we didn't. Our ancestors didn't. Our kinsmen, tribesmen did not. Regardless, all of Yasharah, in some way, shape, or form, failed. Horribly failed. So, and the Amorim forced the children of Dan into the mountain. What? So the Amorites forced the children of Dan into the mountain, for they would not suffer them to come down to the valley. But the Amorim would dwell in Mount Keris and Ayalon, in that Sha'al Beam, yet the hand of the house of Yahusef prevailed, so that they became tributaries. That's not the command of the Most High, family, for them to become tributaries. They were supposed to be utterly wiped out and destroyed, wiped off the map And the coast of Ephraim was from the going up to Akrabim, from the rock and upward. So from where? From the rock. So that same rock that Yehoshua set up and upward. And the angel of Yahuwah came up from Gilgal to Bochim and said, I made you to go up out of Mitzrayim and have brought you unto the land which I swear unto your fathers. And I said, I will never break my covenant with you. Might want to take a good screenshot of that, family. Might want to take a good little screenshot of that one. Here, I'll even get the blue out the way. There you go. There you go. Even better. Even better. But I made you to go up out of Mitzrayim and have brought you unto the land which I swear unto your fathers. And I said, I will never break my covenant with you. Remember, the Most High don't change. He said he will never break his covenant with us. In the book of Jeremiah the other day, I was reading on a Coon book, and I was telling everybody, I showed the scripture where the Most High said, it might have been, as a matter of fact, it was in Ezekiel. He said, even though you break your covenant, break the covenant that I made with you, I'm not going to break my side of the deal. Even though the fact that you broke your side of the deal, I'm not going to break my side of the deal because I'm not like you. So, when he says, I will never, you better understand that. He said, I will never break my covenant with you. And ye shall make no league with the inhabitants of this land. Ye shall throw down their altars, but ye have not obeyed my voice. Why have you done this? Wherefore I also said, I will not drive them out from before you, but they shall be as thorns in your side, and their Elohim shall be a snare unto you. And it came to pass when the angel of Yahweh spake these words unto all the children of Yasharal, that the people lifted up their voice and wept. And they called the name of that place Bochim. And they sacrificed there unto Yahweh. And when Yehoshua had let the people go, the children of Yasharal went every man unto his inheritance to possess the land. And the people served Yahweh all the days of Yehoshua and all the days of the elders that outlived Yehoshua, who had seen all the great works of Yahweh that he did for Yasharal. And Yehoshua, the son of Nun, the servant of Yahweh, died, being 110 years old. And they buried him in the border of his inheritance in Timnath, Keres, in the Mount Ephraim, on the north side of the hill Gaash. And also all that generation were gathered unto their fathers. And there arose another generation after them, which knew not Yahweh, nor yet the works which he had done for Yasharal. That doesn't make a good sound. Right here. Verse 10 of chapter 2. Yeah, chapter 2, the book of Judges, chapter 2, verse 10. And also all that generation were gathered unto their fathers, and there arose another generation after them, which knew not Yahweh, nor yet the works which he had done for Yasharal. And I said, that does not make a good sound. Why is that? Why is that, Brother Rawls? Why is that, Yashar Rawls? Why is that such a bad sound? That's a horribly bad sound, because it says that the generation before them, their fathers and mothers didn't teach them about the Most High. So the covenant promise that we made in the book of Deuteronomy, to not only write the law, statutes, commandments, and judgments on our doorposts and on our fence posts, and to put them on all the rocks of the altars in which we were to make, and to have these different rocks set up in different various locations all around through the whole land that we're supposed to inherit, of the law, statutes, commandments, and judgments, and also to tell our sons and our daughters what it was that we practiced the Passover for. Everything that we were supposed to do to show the Most High that we were obedient unto him, we were supposed to teach to our children. So in this verse right here, when it says that there was a generation that came after Yehoshua and the judges that were, or the elders had passed away, there's another generation that came after them which knew not Yahweh, nor yet did they know the works which he had done for Yasharal. Therefore they grew up ungrateful, not knowing the Most High, completely ungrateful. Yes, that's right, Auntie Jerry, aka Sarah Pumpkin. They lean into their own understanding. That's right. That's exactly right. So, and the children of Yasharal did evil in the sight of Yahweh and served Balaam, false Elohims, and objects. And they forsook Yahweh, Elohim of their fathers, which brought them out of the land of Mizraim, and followed other Elohim, or Elohim, of the Elohim of the people that were round about them, and bowed themselves unto them, and provoked Yahweh to anger. This is exactly what Yehoshua warned them of when we just finished off the book of Yehoshua. This is exactly what he warned them of. He's like, you can't serve the Most High if you're going to do the things that, you know, are like your fathers that were from across the river Jordan. You can't serve the Most High if you're going to do those things, for he is holy. You can't serve other Elohim and serve him too, for he is a jealous Elohim. And he's going to destroy you. He's going to wipe you out. As good as he would do pleasure to do you good, just know that he's going to take pleasure in destroying you too. He said that. He warned them. So, and they forsook Yahweh and served Baal and Ashtaroth. And the anger of Yahweh was hot against Yasharal, and he delivered them into the hands of spoilers that spoiled them. And he sold them into the hands of their enemies round about, so that they could no or not any longer stand before their enemies. Just as he said, exactly as he promised. So, whithersoever they went out, the hand of Yahweh was against them for evil, as Yahweh had said, and as Yahweh had sworn unto them, and they were greatly distressed. Nevertheless, Yahweh raised up judges, which delivered them out of the hand of those that spoiled them. See, this is during the times when the Most High still had at least a decent amount of patience for us, because he at least raised up judges, aka our own superheroes, that delivered us from the hands of our enemies, which we were rightfully delivered into their hands for disobeying the Most High. But he raised us up heroes, judges, which delivered them out of the hand, or you could even call these messiahs, anointed brothers and sisters, these judges, which delivered them out of the hand of those that spoiled them. And yet they would not hearken unto their judges. They didn't hearken unto the ones that saved them. Like, yo, I just delivered y'all out of the hands of your captors that have been oppressing you for however many years that they've been oppressing you. And I'm trying to bring you back to the ways of the Most High that is for your benefit, for your greater good. And you're going to say, here, this the thanks you're going to give me? This is the thanks you give the Most High for sending me to save you? Are you serious? Put these things into perspective, family. I hope this starts to sink in a little bit on how come we've been inside this land of captivity for 400 plus years. Because after we did this to ourselves, to our brothers and sisters, those that rose up to save us out of the hands of our captors, and they're going to turn around and say, and yet they would not hearken unto their judges, the ones that delivered them and brought them out of the hand of those that spoiled them, but they went a whoring after other Allahayim and bowed themselves unto them. They turned quickly out of the way which their fathers walked in, obeying the commandments of Yahweh, but they did not so. And Yahweh raised them up judges. Then Yahweh was with the judge and delivered them out of the hand of their enemies all the days of the judge. For it repented Yahweh because of their groanings by reason of them that oppress them and vex them. So that's a catch-22. And it's sad because the Most High would be with our judge or with our superhero that he will raise up, and he will be with our superhero. Deliver us out of the hands of our oppressor. He would hear our groanings and hear our cries about how oppressed we were being, how oppressed we were being treated. So he would send a hero to save us. We will be saved out of the hands of our oppressor, just to turn right back around to the same foolishness that got us put into captivity in the first place. Once again, ponder on that. Think about that. Now, do you really truly understand why we've been in this hellhole for 400 plus years? Captivity after captivity, judge after judge. Once again, and it came to pass when the judge was dead that they returned and corrupted themselves more than their fathers, and in following other Allahayim to serve them and to bow down unto them, they ceased not from their own doings, nor from their stubborn way. And the anger of Yahweh was hot against Yasharah. And he said, because that this people have transgressed my covenant, which I commanded their fathers, and have not hearkened unto my voice, I will also not henceforth drive out any from before them of the nations which Yehoshua left when he died. So it's like y'all don't want to hearken. All right. So I'm gonna leave these people hang around. And I'm gonna show you, just like I told you, through Yehoshua, that when you leave these people around, you're gonna find out the reason why I told you to wipe them out in the first daggone place. I told you to wipe these people off the face of the earth. But since you don't want to listen, now I'm gonna show you why I told you to wipe these people out. Since you won't leave them hanging around. Now you're going to find out. All right. That through them I may prove Yasharah, whether they will keep the way of Yahweh to walk therein as their fathers did keep it or not. Therefore Yahweh left those nations without driving them out hastily, neither delivered he them into the hand of Yehoshua. Yeah. Now these are the nations which Yahweh left to prove Yasharah, by them, even as many as Yasharal had not known all the wars of Canaan, only that the generations of the children of Yasharal might know, to teach them war, at the least such as before knew nothing thereof. What? To teach them war, to teach them how to fight. Those that didn't know fighting before, they ain't know war, they didn't know warfare, they were soft. Like my partner Tracy Mitchell down in Lexington, Kentucky used to say, "You're soft. I can tell by your bone structure. You're soft. I can see it in your bone structure. You're soft in the hospital cotton." Used to have me out with that. I can see it in your bone structure. You're soft. All right, so namely 5 Adanim, or 5 lords of the Philistine, and all the Canaanim, and the Zidonim, and the Kiwaim that dwelt in Mount Lebanon, from Mount Baal Hermon, or Baal Hermon, unto the entering in of Kamath. So this right here, place, if y'all remember the book of Enoch, Mount Hermon, this right here, from Mount Baal Hermon, right here. This is the mountain that the watchers descended upon, and they made their covenant with one another to take wives of the daughters of men. This is that Mount Baal Hermon. This is that one. So think about that, family. The Philistines, the Canaanim, the Zidonim, the Kiwaim that dwelt in Mount Lebanon, from Mount Baal Hermon unto the entering of Kamath. And they were to prove Yasharal by them, to know whether they would hearken unto the commandments of Yahweh, which he commanded their fathers by the hand of Mashah. Put that into perspective. Put that into perspective. Matter of fact, let's bring that to a contemporary standpoint. We've been brought into this land of captivity and surrounded by a whole lot of injustice. We've also been surrounded by a whole lot of, let's see here, it's the best way to say this, a whole lot of favoritism towards other foreign nations that are not from this place, but they are high above you. Remember how the curses have said that the stranger that is with you shall be high above you. So it's not just our captors and our oppressors that are high above us, but the other strangers, the other foreign nations that aren't even from this land, nor do they have a hand in stealing this land from its natives. They're high above us. Even they are high above us. And so this right here, in a contemporary sense, and let's see here, they were to prove Yasharal by them, to know whether they would hearken unto the commandments of Yahweh. So, family, once again, let's make this contemporary. The commandments of the Most High. We done been through Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. We just finished off the book of Joshua. We're now in the book of Judges right now. So the commandments of Yahweh. What was in those commandments of the Most High that we were supposed to be tested by these other nations, proven by these other nations that are around us, to see if we want to hearken to the Most High and keep those commandments or not? Go ahead. Please put in the chat if you know the answer to this. Whether you're on Facebook, whether you're here on YouTube, if you've been following along with us, going through the Torah, some of the commandments that you should remember that we've got a chance to mark down and to take note of, to see if these laws are they grievous? Is it grievous to do these things? So what's some of the commandments that we should be tested by, being surrounded by these other nations right here, these 5 nations right here? And even in a contemporary sense, in this land of captivity that we're in right now, surrounded by other nations that didn't have a hand in stealing this land away from its natives, but they're risen up high above us. And so, what are some commandments, family, that should help wake us up to who we really are? And 300 says the 10 commandments. That sounds good. But there were some other ones. Because think about it. We got poor people in this land. We got a lot of poor people. A lot of our own people are poor, left for dead, struggling. I mean, I graduated high school homeless. And we got more people out there than me that's out there going through it right now. Same thing. Going through high school homeless. Or even dropping out of high school just because they're homeless. Dede says, thou shalt anywise set him king over thee, whom Yahuwah thy Elohim shall choose. One from among thy brethren shalt thou set king over thee. Thou mayest not set a stranger over thee. That's good. That's good. Exodus 23 and 32 says, essential growth, thou shalt, I got this thing in my way. Let me go ahead and, here you go. Exodus 22 and 32, thou shalt make no covenant with them, nor with their Elohim. Big facts. And for those of y'all that didn't see this comment from Sister Dede, thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee, whom Yahuwah thy Elohim shall choose. One from among thy brethren shalt thou set king over thee. Thou mayest not set a stranger over thee. So remove the stranger from being ahead of you. That's one of the commandments that we should have been understanding inside these scriptures. But in a contemporary sense, we made a covenant promise to take care of one another. And what has the heathen done? The heathen has convinced us, that's right, no favoritism. I'm with that. Said we can't vote. I understand we shouldn't be voting in none of their pagan systems and none of their pagan practices. But what I'm getting at, family, is that we made a covenant promise to take care of one another. So right here in these scriptures in the book of Judges, this is chapter 3 in the book of Judges, we have these 5 nations. We have these Philistines right here, these giants. We have Canaanites. We have Zidonians. We have Kiwaims. We have a bunch of these other nations that are surrounded about us. Now we make this contemporary. We have, I'm not even going to call out names and nations and things like that contemporarily because I'm some dumb, not plumb dumb. AKA, I ain't the smartest kid in class, but I raise my hand every now and again. All right. So I'm not that foolish to go ahead and just stick my foot in my mouth. I wear a 13. It's a pretty big foot. All right. So in a contemporary sense, we have multiple nations in this land that are high above us. And the commandments is teamwork, organization. The book of Numbers is all about us being organized. These laws, statutes, commandments, and judgments of the Most High was to show us how to reorganize ourselves, how to be lawyers, how to know the law of the Most High, also observe the law of the land around us. And one of the main things that we need to do in the process of getting free from this place is, once again, we need to know the law of the Most High. But we also need to know the law of their land. And then also show them that the laws of their own land are corrupt. And that these are the laws that we are not going to go by. We are not citizens of this land. Let me say that again. We are not citizens of this land. Matter of fact, we do this. Let me do this for everybody. We are not citizens of this land. Now, I showed y'all this in the Shepherd of Hermas, similitude number 1. The first similitude shows us that we are not citizens of this land, that we are citizens of a foreign land. We are not from here, but we dwell in this land and we sojourn in this land as strangers. So why is it that we're buying up land and property and, materialistic things in this land? Because what that truly shows the Most High is that you're not thinking about going home. Why? Probably more than likely because you don't know who you are. Probably more than likely because you don't know that this is not your land. Probably more than likely because you've been convinced in that this land is your land, that you are a Native American Indian and you are not. Probably because you've been convinced that the Mississippi River is the Nile River and that we're in the land of Egypt, and we are not. We're in spiritual Egypt. We're in spiritual Sodom and Gomorrah. We are dwelling with the daughter of Babylon. We are in mystery Babylon. But we are not in Israel. We are not in Yasharal. This is not our land. We are not citizens of this land. So I'm trying to drive this home as hard as I possibly can. That's why I've been repeating myself over and over and over. That's right. Shalom, royalty garments, all praises. So Essential Growth says, Jeremiah 15:14, and I will make thee to pass with thine enemies into a land which thou knowest not. For a fire is kindled in my anger, which shall burn upon you. Numbers 15:16, one law. Facts. So being that, once again, for the umpteenth time, we are not citizens of this land, we need to know the laws of our land. This is why it's so important to come back to the laws, statutes, commandments, and judgments of the Most High, write them down, meditate upon them, learn them, and then also understand the laws of their land, so that way we can show them that we're not abiding by their laws or by the laws of the Most High, because we're not citizens of their land. We are sojourners, we're strangers here. As a matter of fact, we are international diplomats. We are international diplomats that happen to domicile in this land. Our address is not in this land. We don't own nothing here. And if you think you own something here just because your so-called name that your mama named you, your daddy named you, might be written on a deed of something, you don't own that. Stop lying to yourself. That's a trick. That's a satanic trick. You want to know how I know? Try taking it out of here. Try leaving this country with it. As a matter of fact, yeah. Try leaving this country with any of that thing. I guarantee they ain't gonna let you. Why? Oh, matter of fact, try on your own without being a corporation or without being an NGO, without being a non-profit organization. Try taking all of your belongings out of this country and going to any so-called third world country with it. Try taking your vehicle, any equipment, any tractors. Try taking any agricultural equipment from this land to any so-called third world country with the whole mindset of trying to make their land better and equal to this one in agricultural development. See what they tell you. Oh, you thought that was your property because you bought and paid for it. Your name is on its title. You thought that belonged to you. I'm telling you right now, family, look, that's right. Big facts, speaking straight truth. Try taking any agricultural or any construction equipment out of here and taking it to Africa. See what they tell you. They will not let you leave this place with it, with the mindset of making that place better or just as good as this place. They ain't gonna let you leave with it. Therefore, it don't belong to you. Therefore, you've been fooled. You've been tricked into thinking that something that you got here belongs to you. It don't belong to you. So, that's right. You never own anything. You'll never own anything here. And in fact, they even told you the whole goal that they have for the whole world through the World Economic Forum is that you will own nothing and be happy, that you're going to be a happy slave. That's what they've told you. So let's get back to the scriptures, though, because right here, once again, namely 5 Adanim or 5 nations were set about, and they were to prove Yasharal by them to know whether they would hearken to the commandments of Yahweh, which he commanded their fathers by the hand of Mashah. So, are we going to come back to the law, statutes, commandments, and judgments of the Most High? Because we have many nations that are surrounding us in every place that we domicile in at this very, very second. As the Most High lives and breathes, and as you live and breathe, wherever you at right now, you have nations surrounding you right now that are set high above you, and they're set high above you to test you on whether or not you're going to keep the commandments of the Most High, whether you knew that or not. I hope you know it now. And the children of Yasharal dwelt among the Canaanim, the Kittim. Who? The Kittim, the Romans. Look. That right there, word, the Kittim, the land of Kittim, these are Romans. That's it. They're in the Genesis 10 book, the book of Genesis chapter 10, under the families of Japheth. And the Amorim, and the Perizim, and the Kiwaim, and the Yebusim. And they took their daughters to be their wives, and gave their daughters to their sons, and served their Elohim. And the children of Yasharal did evil in the sight of Yahweh, and forgot, that's what you need, and they forgot Yahweh their Elohim, and served Balaam and the groves. And therefore the anger of Yahweh was hot against Yasharal, and he sold them into the hand of Kushan Risha Tayyim, king of Aram Naharim. And the children of Yasharal served Kushan Risha Tayyim 8 years. And when the children of Yasharal cried unto Yahweh, Yahweh raised up a deliverer. Who? What? A deliverer, a Messiah, a judge. It's right there in the book of Judges, right in front of your faces. He raised up a deliverer to the children of Yasharal, who delivered them even into Atniel, the son of Quanaz, Caleb's younger brother, and the Ruachah of Yahweh came upon him, and he judged Yasharal and went out to war. And Yahweh delivered Kushan Risha Tayyim, king of Aram Naharim, into his hand. And his hand prevailed against Kushan Risha Tayyim. And the land had rest for 40 years. So we did good for 40 years, or at least decent enough to not get another whooping or another captivity for 40 years. And Atniel, the son of Quanaz, died. And the children of Yasharal did evil again in the sight of Yahweh. And Yahweh strengthened Eglon, the son of Moab, against Yasharal, because they had done evil in the sight of Yahweh. And he gathered unto him the children of Ammon and Amalek, and went and smote Yasharal, and possessed the city of palm trees. So the children of Yasharal served Eglon, the king of Moab, 18 years. There's another captivity then. So you have the Egyptian captivity, you have the captivity of Kushan Risha Tayyim, then you have the captivity of Moab. That's 3 captivities before we even get to the Roman occupation. Matter of fact, that's 3 captivities before the captivity of Babylon. Well, let's continue. But when the children of Yasharal cried unto Yahweh, Yahweh raised them up a deliverer, Akud, the son of Gera, a Benjamin of the Benjamites, a man left-handed. And by him the children of Yasharal sent a present unto Eglon, the king of Moab. But Akud made him a dagger, which had 2 edges of a cubit length. And he did gird it under his raiment upon his right thigh. And he brought the present unto Eglon, king of Moab. And Eglon was a very fat man. He said it was a very fat man that was about to get carved up. And when he had made an end to offer the present, he sent away the people that bear the present. But he himself turned again from the quarries that were by Gilgal, and said, I have a secret errand unto thee, O king. Who said, keep silence. And all that stood by him went out from him. And Akud came unto him, and he was sitting in a summer parlor, which he had for himself alone. And Akud said, I have a message from Elohim unto thee. And he arose out of his seat, and Akud put forth his left hand, and took the dagger from his right thigh, and thrust it into his belly, into his big, fat belly. And the haft also went in after the blade, and the fat closed upon the blade, so that he could not draw the dagger out of his belly, and the dirt came out. Let's see. Think about that. I mean, I'm about to bust an old school joke. You know what I'm saying? Like, we used to say that your mama's so fat that she fell down and broke a leg and jello pudding poured out, that the dirt came out. You know what I'm saying? Like, we used to run them old jokes. So it's like right there. That's right, Mikael. Citizens are slaves. Sovereign means to be free. All right. Then Ikud went forth through the porch and shut the doors of the parlor upon him and locked them. When he was going out, his servants came. And when they saw that, behold, the doors of the parlor were locked. They said, surely he covered his feet in his summer chamber, meaning he covered his tracks. Or, maybe he's just resting or something. And they tarried till they were ashamed. Like, hold on, something ain't right. And behold, he opened not the doors of the parlor. Therefore they took a key and opened them. And behold, their Adon, their master, was fallen down dead on the earth. And Ikud escaped while they tarried, and passed beyond the quarries, and escaped unto Sierrata, or something like that. I'm not even going to try to butcher that word. And it came to pass when he was come that he blew a trumpet in the mountain of Ephraim, and the children of Yasharal went down with him from the mount, and he before them. And he said unto them, follow after me, for Yahweh hath delivered your enemies, the Moabim, into your hand. And they went down after him, and took the fords of Yarden toward Moab, and they suffered not a man to pass over. So for those of y'all that don't know, or those of y'all that might have forgot, the Moabim are the children of Moab, which are the children of Lot that were copulated through his eldest daughter because of the fall of Sodom and Gomorrah. And so Lot is the nephew of Abraham. So the Moabites are Hebrews, but they're not Israelites. They were never the children of promise, nor are they tied to the children of promise, but they are cousins. They are our cousins. But they are still, from these scriptures, enemies. Why? Because they do not the will of the Most High. They don't do the will of the Most High. What did Yahushua said? He said, who is my brother? Who is my sister? Who is my mother? It is those who do the will of my Father who is on the throne. So if they don't do the will of the Father, they are not your people. And even the Most High says all Israel ain't Israel, because they don't do the will of the Father who sits on the throne. So let's keep moving. And they slew of Moab at that time about 10,000 men, all lusty and all men of valor. And there escaped not a man. So Moab was subdued that day under the hand of Yasharal. And the land had rest 80 years. So 80 years. So had rest for 40 years, then went in captivity for 18, then had rest for 80 years, and after him was Shamgar, the son of Anath, which slew of the Philistines 600 men with an ox goad. And he also delivered Yasharal. So we're going to stop right there, all right? That's 3 chapters into the book of Judges, and I would much rather finish off, going back into the book of Judges, going from the Greek Septuagint. So I want to see some of these comments here. American Dream, Big Old Facts. Once again, citizens are slaves. Sovereign means to be free. I inherited my property and I just got quick claim for Sister Rachel. And right now, my mother only sister and her son are they deathbed within minutes of Arizona. Me and siblings have to manage property. Oh my goodness. Sorry to hear that. Exactly. The Messiah means to be anointed and a servant of Yah. That is facts. That is facts. Don't forget to support the platform by hitting the like button, subscribing, and sharing, please, family. By all means, please do. Sister Central Growth says, so Ruth may not have been a Moabite, depending when this king was slew. Well, Ruth was a Moabite. It doesn't matter when that king was slain or not. She's even all the scriptures of Ruth even declare that she was a Moabite. She herself declared that she was a Moabite. All of Yasharal knew that when she came back into the land with Naomi that she was a Moabite. Can line it up with the judges that served Boaz. Was a judge too. I always said most of the things said in the New Testament came from the Old Torah and Tanakh. That's how it's supposed to be. That's how it's supposed to be. And so that's the main big reason why we've been going back through the Old Testament book by book and going through the law, statutes, commandments, and judgments of the Most High and going through these books. So when we do go back into the quote unquote New Testament, hopefully y'all won't have forgotten what it is that we've been going through in the Old Testament. So that way these things should be decently fresh enough in you that you'll remember some of the big and main things we've been going through from the Old Testament. So when you get to the New Testament, you can see what lines up and what doesn't line up. Because that's exactly what the Eurocentric church has always wanted you to never do. They don't ever, ever, ever want you to ever line up the differences between the law, statutes, commandments, and judgments of the Most High, the law and the prophets. They don't want you lining those things up and matching it to the New Testament, the so-called Greek writings, the Grecian writings of the New Testament, trying to say that the Israelites of the New Testament were so Hellenized that they only knew Greek, that they didn't know their own language. The Greek Septuagint is definitely a proving point to say that that's a lie, because the Greek Septuagint was transliterated from the Hebrew into Greek. So, but the funny thing about the Greek Septuagint being 550 years older than the King James is that there is no New Testament in the Greek Septuagint. Let that sink in. There's no New Testament in the Greek Septuagint. They have the Old Testament in there, and they have some of the Apocrypha. What was declared Apocrypha, which you already know, I'm gonna call that stolen Torah. Some teachings are saying that her citizenship was of Moab, and the scriptures was messed with, praying on it.
That's the camp scripture. That's the camp teaching, because camp wants to lie and twist things around, saying that salvation is not for all, and then so they twisted scripture to make it seem like she wasn't a Moabite.
Right.
So the teaching that you're referring to is camp teaching,
right?
And it's error. Because most camp, I want to try practice to say most camp teaching will say that the stranger is not another nation.
Yeah, that's facts.
What? I can't read it, man.
Okay, so obviously y'all hear I'm getting my Hebrew crunch on with this good stuff.
But just go ahead.
All right, hold on one sec, family.
Never mind. I'll read it myself.
It's all right. Can you read it?
Well, yeah.
Go ahead, read it out loud.
They could read it, babe. When we truly study, we'll find what was true and false. It was a lot added in the New Testament. Deuteronomy 4 and 2.
Right. Deuteronomy 4 and 2 says, "Do not add to nor take away from this law or these words of this book." Yeah, definitely pray. Definitely pray. I think when we once again we look at these scriptures, we're supposed to look at these scriptures with the mindset, with the spiritual heart set, and trying to understand where our ancestors went wrong at, so we don't repeat their mistakes. And not only that, but like I was just having my little rant moment, with you know with these other four nations surrounding us, to prove us, you know, to see if we're going to keep the commandment or not. And so this whole thing is all about trying to get us to come back to the commandments. All of the whole book, from cover to cover, is all about us coming back to the law, statutes, commandments, and judgments of the Most High, and returning unto the ancient path. Excuse me, I'm here burping a little bit. So we got to come back to it. Facts. Every bit of the true dietary, not that added in stuff. One of the things that I think, most high willing, when we go back in to do the cry aloud and spare not, I want to have my aunt that I just recently been fellowshipping with, that has been teaching on that subject for 7 years. I would love for him to join in with me on that, because he knows the rest of the scriptures that I haven't been exposed to just yet. I mean, I brought out a good amount of scriptures, but there's still more to show y'all, especially with the lying pen of the scribe that's in Jeremiah. That the scribes have lied to us, family, in certain places. It's not all the book, it's not every book, but there are some things that are taken out of context here and there. And you have to remember, family, that Psalm 83, that nations band together to make us to not ever be known as a nation ever again. And so the other day when I was, riding on the way back to the apartment, and I was live on Coon Book, I played a song that I've shared on here before from Ak Ish, talking about they hate the book. They don't hate you. It's the book they hate. It's the word of the Most High that they hate. This is what Yahweh Shai told us. He warned us in the book of Matthew. I believe it's in chapter 25. He said, if the world hates you, just know that it hated me first. You know what I'm saying? So don't take it personal. It's deeper than you think. They really hate the book. They really hate the word of the Most High. Anything that keeps us from that is of Hasatan, to keep under the methods of Balaam. Facts. Facts. So ask yourselves, why do you think it is that I'm trying to get you on the original path of the true diet, the way we're truly supposed to eat. I mean, just let it marinate for a hot second. If the Most High gave commandment in Genesis 1 and 29 and 1 and 30, he gave the same commandment to man and all creatures to eat fruits and vegetables. Every tree that bears a seed, that bears fruit, that's the same commandment. So does it not make sense to you that I'm trying to show you something? It's not really me, it's the Most High. It's not me per se, it's the Most High, and I'm just blessed and happy to even be of use to y'all, to show you what the Most High been trying to tell y'all from the very beginning of the book of Genesis. Everything. The spirit of Yah are in the words of the law. Facts. The third and fourth generation of the Greek and Roman Empire that hate our Father Yah. Exodus 20 and 5. Facts. And I know a lot of, look, all praise to the Most High Yah. I am grateful. All praise to the Most High that you are grateful. I give the Most High so much honor, esteem. I give him all the praise, honor, and glory for him reaching into you, sis, and for you hearing what he has to say to you and taking it serious and starting to change the way that you feed your family. That is such a humbling experience. And I'm so everly grateful to the Most High for using me to speak to you while I was in Archdale, North Carolina, and that you heard the word of the Most High. That you didn't get caught up in the person delivering the message, but it was the Most High trying to tell you what he's been trying to tell you all along. All praise, honor, and glory to the Most High. So I'm going to go ahead and pray us on out right quick. And then I got some music for y'all. Of course I do. You know I do. All right. Some good tracks, some good music. You already know. Some holy hip hop, some Hebrew hard music. And for those of y'all that don't know, YouTube has updated, and I'm gonna show y'all right quick, just in case that y'all did not know. Some of y'all do know, and y'all haven't hit me up about it. I haven't gotten any emails or any texts or anything like that. So maybe some of y'all haven't been coming by the channel, recently. But let me go ahead and share screen with y'all right quick. All right, so real quick, when you come by Red Letter Raps, like I have always shown y'all, you come to the playlist section, right? You have the created playlist. Look, they've automatically stretched everything on out to where you have the created playlist right there, but there's no more saved playlists down here. That's not of my doing. I didn't do that. So I encourage y'all, come into the Hebrew hard music playlist, the Hebrew R&B playlist, the Hebrew jazz and praise, the hidden letters. Check these playlists, and see when they update. It should tell you, look, updated 3 days ago. So that means I added songs to this 3 days ago. Updated today. That means I added songs to this today. By all means, either add these to your own playlist, this whole playlist. You can, this is my channel, so it's not going to do that for me. But if you came here and you came and clicked into, let's say, just click into the playlist itself. I'm going to have to pause this right quick as soon as this video pops up. All right, so you should already know See, playlist saved to library. For me, this is my channel, but you can click on these three dots over here, or there should be like a, on your phone, there should be like a box with a plus to it, and you can add this whole playlist, you know what I'm saying, to yours. Oh, there it is. So you can forward it, you can share this playlist, you know what I'm saying? And I encourage y'all, by all means, please share this playlist, share all these playlists, you know. But the way that they've updated this, they updated it so that way that this channel is no longer a library like it once was. Now, I still have all the playlists. I have all those saved playlists still for me. I can see them no problem, but y'all can't see them no more. I even tried going in with one of my other accounts and, you know, and trying to look for all the other saved playlists, but they ain't there. They are not there. You can't see them. But when I go in as myself on my own, you know, my own account, I can click in the library and I can click and see all the other my other saved playlists. So I'm still going to archive music the best I can, and I'm still going to save this music into the, you know, into their proper folders, whether it be the Hebrew hard music or the Hebrew R&B, righteous reggae, whichever way it falls on into. I'm still going to do that the best I can. Let's see here. But because of the hardness of your heart, Masha allowed you to issue. But it wasn't that way from the beginning. Right. You know, from the beginning, when it was just Adam and Eve, or even before, you know, going into captivity into Egypt. No, that's right. It was not, it was, the divorce was not so from the beginning. Actually, it wasn't until up until that I know about scripturally was when Abraham left a message for Ishmael. When Abraham went to go visit Ishmael, and his first wife was yelling and beating on the kids and cussing at the kids and talking bad about Ishmael while he was out hunting for water and food with his mother Hagar, that Abraham was on his horse and he asked the woman for water to drink. He said, "We ain't got water for you. We ain't got nothing for you."
Oh, I got a question for you. We talking about divorce?
Right. This is, hold on, let me finish the story. So Abraham left a message to this woman to give to Ishmael and said to tell him that he has a peg in his tent loose and he needs to replace it. Ishmael understood what that meant. He meant that the peg in his tent, meaning the wife that was supposed to be the cornerstone keeping his tent together, was not fit to hold his tent together. And he needed to replace that peg. So that was the first place and the only place that I'd ever seen in scripture before Moses ever allowed the decree of divorce. That was the first place in scripture that I've seen where an issuing of divorce was decreed, and it wasn't by Moses, it was by Abraham. I go to the hidden playlist a lot. Oh, absolutely, all praises. That's good too, because you supporting the people that when you go to the hidden playlist, the hidden letters playlist, you're going to be supporting people that they don't they're recording up out of their house. 9 times out of 10, they recording out their house or their closet. Talking in code, pretty much. Yep, big facts. He was talking in code. The point is, the Most High makes accommodations because of His so great love for us. Absolutely, absolutely. You know, we've definitely came across scriptures where the Most High has definitely showed us mercy in areas, especially even in the New Testament, through Mashiach, about, you know, the law. about the fact that we weren't keeping the law as a nation, but the Pharisees want to come at him 24 karat crazy about different laws that they weren't even keeping, because they would, in the broad daylight, they would try to talk Torah to the people, but in the secrecy of their own societies, they were practicing Babylonian Talmud. They were practicing wickedness in secrecy. So Mashiach had a chance to dwell amongst the people and see, okay, well, how can I help wean them off of, some of these false teachings or these false habits or these horrible habits that they're so used to. So when I get people that come at me about this cry loud and spare not study and talk about, well, Jesus fed people fish and bread, I'm like, okay, think about it. Go back to Exodus 16 and 8. Masha said that there was a sign that was going to happen where the Most High was going to allow them to eat meat in the evening, but bread in the morning. So does it not make any sense to you that Yahushua was trying to repeat the same thing by giving them fish and bread? Giving them some meat, but also giving them bread, and trying to also teach them how to wean themselves off of the meat. Remember, Yahushua did say, I offer living water. Living water is H3O. It's in your fruits and vegetables. That's the living water. And it's in spring water. It's pure, it's clean, it's so good for your body. It's what, matter of fact, remember the scripture where the Most High said that life is in the blood? That's your plasma, which is electrified water. That plasma, that's the life that is in your blood, is plasma. And what's going to feed your plasma, the electrified water in your blood, is the H3O. It's what nourishes your body. So good, so much. That's the H3O from the fruits and vegetables and spring water. I'm trying to tell y'all, family, I love y'all. I love y'all so much. Let's go ahead and pray, man. Abba Ahaya, Mosaya of Yasharon, Mosaya of Abraham, of Yatasak and Yaquab, the one true Elohim of all creation, creator of all the heavens and earth and everything within. Yahweh, Sabah, Uwat. Abba, we come humbly before your throne, thanking you for this Bible study, thanking you for helping us understand your word, helping us point out some things, to make some things contemporary, to bring them to this modern day and time where you're delivering your people out of the lands in which you have scattered them. Thank you, Abba. We give you all praise, honor, and glory for your word that has proceeded to go forth, not mine, but your word. Your word is nourishment. Your word is life. Your word is bread. Your word is living water. Your word is nourishment to our soul. I pray that we will become obedient unto you, Abba, in every sense of the word, obedient unto you and unto you alone. Not to man, not to man's so-called righteousness or education or smarts or wittiness or their comedy, but to your righteousness, Abba. I pray that we all come back to you. I pray that you will deliver us out of these lands in which you said that you would deliver us from, and bring us back home into the land that you brought us out of, that you sold us from, scattered us from. My heart's desire is to fulfill the scriptures, to go home and rebuild the waste places, to make beautiful homes for all of our people, to show our people how to have clean water, to have agricultural centers of great abundance of fruits and vegetables. That way we can return to the ancient path. All these things, Abba, we lay at your feet. In Yahushua's holy name we pray. Amen. Hallelujah. May we be pleasing unto the eyes of Yahuwah and not man. Big facts. I see it now. What's going to happen when you niggas, the Most High brings to the wilderness in Africa. You ready for the real? That's right. You ready for the real? It's going down. All praise to the Most High. Yah, hallelujah. Hallelujah. All praises. So the first song I'm going to bring to y'all right quick, as a matter of fact, let's go ahead and bring the song Adonai Yahusha from my aunt, Mr. T.R. Butler Ayob, all right? And then after that, we're going to have some Aquan. We're going to have little Yapa Q in there on that track with Aquan. We're going to have some Paisley the Hebrew. We definitely going to have some Darak Bar. We're going to have some Dimitri Pruitt. We're going to even have some Makello. Worship Him, featuring Zakaria Zamar. We're going to have some good songs for y'all this evening, all right? So please pay attention. Listen to the lyrics. Listen to the message in these songs. Listen to the word of the Most High come to you in a format that we all too familiar with. So let's listen.
He looks upon me with loving eyes. The amount of love it comes to no surprise. Who do me say I am? Who do you say I am? Some say son of Adam. Some say he's your Hukanan. Some say Elias. Others say prophet on high. Upon this rock I build thee, called out assembly. To the kingdom I give you the key. Hallelujah.
That let's get it.
Come to his feet, bow down and worship him. Ancient of days, teach us your way. Grace so sweet, all flesh be forsaken. Demons to shame, call on his name. Come to the lamb, transform to the sheep. Come find the gold buried deep inside thee. Comfort the guides, give life to the weak. High priest, undefeated. Come to the fold, on water, no boat. Fishers of men, no boast, coast to coast. First gon' be last and the least be the most. Tried through the fire, so glad we've been chose. And I'm walking around with hands in the air. Yeah, by my side, I won't fret, I won't fear. Tell me, can you hear the Malachim as they sing? But they bring all the steam to the king. How many times by the blood been redeemed? No bell, cause the sun sets free. Come to his feet, bow down and worship him. Ancient of days, teach us your way. Praise so sweet, all flesh be forsaken. Demons to shame, call on his name.
I ain't defeated nor undefeated. I worship at the feet of Yahuwah. My head to the earth, that's it for store. Store my treasures in the Shemaims, let it be so. You a fool to sell your soul, with a worth way to go. What's your goal? Money can't buy happiness nor salvation. Whatever sin saying is a sensation. Seen greatness in the Torah, it tore me apart. Didn't need a transplant to get a new heart. That part, yeah. Long live the king. 1,000 years from now, where you think you're gonna be? For the rest of Yahuwah, for the rest of my life. I wanna rest in Yahuwah for the rest of my life. Y'all hands won't hand you away. Don't need a combination, no password to keep you safe. You gotta love his sword and do what he say. In the book of life, don't put no white out on my name.
Come to his feet, bow down and worship him. Ancient of days, teach us your way. Praise so sweet, all flesh be forsaken. Demons to shame, call on his name. Out to the master, the truth, never fantasy. Hail to the root of the weak one who holds the key. Follow the map and his laws need to shine. Walk in his ways, never be left behind. Growth and repentance will be intertwined. Run the race, great fight. Finish line so divine. Called us out the darkness, now we bright, never hide. Sit deep on the light so the light shine fine. Abba show me favor and he mind so kind. Ain't no other way to praise and give him all my time. Cleanse me, I'm guilty, committed the crime. Transform my mind, none of me left inside. Take all of me, only him be the prime. Been solidified. Come to his feet, bow down and worship him. Ancient of days, teach us your way. Grace so sweet, all flesh be forsaken. Demons to shame, call on his name.
Oh, here we go. Got you.
Down, Moses, way down in Egypt land.
But now, thus says Yahweh, your creator, O Jacob, and he who formed you, O Yasharal. Do not fear, for I have redeemed you. I have called you by your name. You are mine. And when you pass through the waters, I am with you. And through rivers, they do not overflow you. When you walk through the fire, you are not scorched, and a flame does not burn you. Hallelujah.
I would deliver me, please, from this wretched man. Vision of failing, but failing your helping hand. This is my reckoning, humble confession, a full-on assessment. Explain to my brother, and we are not wrestling. Conquer the flesh, and this is our recipe. Eat up, my brothers. This is your destiny, live with transparency. All of the lies will be fully uncovered. I pray for the best, and we nurturing and nesting in bosom of Abba like baby and mother. I cannot lie to you, some of y'all tripping. If y'all think your past is your ebony color and far from the truth, but one must imagine his righteous scales to keep us from bragging. There's a reaction for every action. I pray that the flesh will meet his assassin. And if you don't understand what I am speaking, to die to the flesh is the best thing that happens. This is compassion, free all the captives. Only the master can vanish the dragon, so keep your head low to his satisfaction. Jezebel left with us weeping in action. This is the truth, look come with his chasing. Anything outside of that is a bastard. So many is stuck in they fatal attraction, but when it's out over, the enemy laughing. Look like a joyride, controlling your mind. You never thought that it ended in crashing. Look like a duck, sound like a duck. Just listen, they tell you what's with all that quacking. This our soundtrack, hoping you bounce back. We keep it going till all is established, really. Maybe you free, or maybe you wrong, Gotta look close at the mirror regardless what page that you on. Fact, true definition of freedom remains in the blood of the sun. True definition of freedom remains in the blood of the sun. Who should salute? He bringing life to my roots. He's a reminder to keep me on fighting whenever the enemies lose. Here's my energy boost, my confidence when the sin is reduced. Someone to tell I don't want it with you. Fully surrender your son in the booth.
Those who are strong don't need a physician. People broken for so long, people walking in addiction. Pills, alcohol, cigarettes, and friends. Anything to escape this hell that we've been in. We've been running from the mirror, that reflection is insane. Smiling for the next man so he won't feel my pain. A sacrifice to God, broken heart, a contrition. This for all my saints out here fighting addiction. Messiah coming back and the kingdom coming down. Revelation 21, and for you'll never wear a frown. So that substance does it truly get sustenance when your inner man is always walking around here suffering. Take it from me, only the Son can set you free. Don't be a slave to sin and know within Yahusha die for thee. Yeah. Take it from me, only the Son can set you free. Don't be a slave to sin and know within Yahusha die for thee. Yeah.
Maybe you free, or maybe you wrong, Gotta look close at the mirror regardless what page that you on. Fact, true definition of freedom remains in the blood of the sun. True definition of freedom remains in the blood of the sun. Who should salute? He bringing life to my roots. He's a reminder to keep me on fighting whenever the enemies lose. Here's my energy boost, my confidence when the sin is reduced. Someone to tell I don't want it with you. Fully surrender your son in the booth. Yeah, I just wanna praise you. I just wanna praise you. Yeah, I just wanna praise you. Yeah, I just wanna praise you. Yeah, I just wanna praise you. I just wanna praise you, Father. I just wanna praise you. Yeah, I just wanna praise you. You hold my freedom. This world of modern day Egypt. The heathens adore it, but just like before, the Father will punish their treason. They carry on like they don't need them. Illusions are grand in this season. They really lied, the product of pride. Be careful who you will label friends. My circle is smaller than baby rims. I perceive with a greater lens. This is the reason we don't want to grieve them by carrying on with the latest trend. You who are alone is the greatest gem. Look at the world and the state it's in. They painted pictures of why watch our image and no one would know we the sons of Shem. They painted pictures of why watch our image and no one would know we the sons of Shem. They painted pictures of why watch our image and no one would know we the sons of Shem. These are the faces that you condemn. You try replacing our origin. We waking up now, empty our cup now, time to receive what he's pouring in.
Given it shall be given to you. A good measure, pressed down and shaken together, shall fall right into your lap. For with the same measure with which you measure, it shall be measured back, no cap. No cap.
Jason killed this.
Oh, sometimes I be out the loop, I don't know what they talking about. My mind it be in the sky, I don't know what they talking about. Sometimes I be out the loop, I don't know what they talking about. My mind it be in the clouds, I don't know what they talking about. What they, my mind, I don't know. Murmuring, backbite, I'm like, no. If it ain't righteous, I can't humble. If it ain't about serving the kingdom, I'm out the loop. Hey, if it ain't about serving the king, oh, don't wanna care, it ain't listening, meaning with that thing. Cause friendship with the world, that mean got so much enmity with the Heavenly Father, and I can't comprehend that thing. Now that don't make sense to me. I'm like, no. They deaf so. Sin can't take it no more. Keep you oppressed like the popo. We do everything for the dollar, can't keep a savage for our Father. We keep all these pagan days, won't pay attention to it days. I'm like, Father, please have mercy on our soul. Cause this world ain't showing no love, it's getting cold. I'm like, who they be so early? I don't know. I be like, I can't even talk, I gotta go. Sometimes I be out the loop, I don't know what they talking about. My mind it be in the sky, I don't know what they talking about. Sometimes I be out the loop, I don't know what they talking about. My mind it be in the clouds, I don't know what they talking about. What they talking about, I don't know. Murmuring, backbite, I'm like, no. If it ain't righteous, I can't humble. If it ain't about serving the kingdom, I'm out the loop.
Yeah. I stay out the loop. Now I don't circle around you. I don't wanna hit no blues clues. This ain't what it meant when it comes to fellowship. I don't even move how you move. Slipping on bananas, you'll see. Do how you talk about somebody business? You got a lot that's still unfinished. Hear no evil, see no evil. I don't really wanna be around evil. Satan the star with a whole lot of angles. I ain't tryna be with that sequel. No, time to hit you with the 1-2 go. Feet tripping when the cross so low. And one with Satan at the free throw. All this negativity around me. Just stay from around me. Yeah, at the loop is where I wanna be. Stay from around me, at that loop.
To the lost sheep of the house of Israel, it's time to rise. 300 trumpets.
Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and none of the people shall be afraid? This is the notable day of the Lord.
300 men, 300 trumpets, 7 priests with ephods, cry loud, spare not. We ain't gotta fight this war. Father gon' stand up for us. 300 trumpets.
You sound off the alarm.
I woke up feeling like Gideon. They know the prophets is here again. If we do the commandments, we finna win. Jacob come back to the covenant. Scared for what? Surrounded by angels. I am not telling you don't get protection, but you really think a gun gon' save you. Michael is waiting. This is a spiritual war. Israel get on one accord. Check your pride at the door. Pride been holding us back for centuries. If we get sealed, he gon' give us abilities. I got this trumpet, check my artillery. No, you can't see him, but I got some men with me. Let's go to war. 300 men, 300 trumpets, 7 priests with ephods, cry loud, spare not. We ain't gotta fight this war. Father gon' stand up for us. 300 trumpets. Gabriel, Phanuel, Raphael, Michael. Blowing trumpets, it sound like a siren. Half an hour, a moment of silence. Go back to 4 winds, count the elect, seal them in their foreheads. 144,000, ancient in days. None can stand before him, you know that he gon' win. This is the moment, a trumpet is blown. I see hail and fire mingle with blood. The second angel is ready to blow again. Volcanoes erupt, seas turning to blood. This is a warning. Weeding the tares, sheep and the goats. Look around, you can see that we close to the harvest. And we about to go all in, it's too late to be falling. 300 trumpets, 300 men, 300 trumpets, 7 priests with ephods, cry loud, spare not. We ain't gotta fight this war. Father gon' stand up for us. 300 trumpets, moving with judgment and mercy and faith. Glory to Abba, the sun's on the way. We came on the boats of the United States. 400 years, still we remain. Time to take the chains off. We do this in the memory of Eleazar. If they in your face with the pork on the fork and they threaten you with death, would you eat it? Would you say nah? Would you pass out? Would you remain calm? Ain't nothing changed. We honor the same laws. They hit the map from us, thought we will remain lost. Give the Father the glory because it ain't ours. Waking up the dry bones, yeah, this is shofar blast like a trombone. Cutting through the atmosphere with a high tone. Look up, it's the sky, you should keep your eyes on. 300 trumpets, 300 men, 300 trumpets, 7 priests with ephods, cry loud, spare not. We ain't gotta fight this war. Father gon' stand up for us. 300 trumpets.
Brethren, I pray thee that you sound off the alarm, and the earth shake at the armies of Israel, and give praise to the Most High, to know that our redemption is nigh.
The revolution is started home. I wanna know what you teaching these babies. Repugnant, I challenge the flow of the current. Start speaking the truth, they start calling me crazy. YouTube the daddy and TikTok the mama of this generation. Lost in translation, lost trying to find a foundation. Junkies for drama, he ran out of smack, now he slapping his lady away. Soliciting sex through the lights, the booty debate. For the right price, she'll bite. My beer past my navel got me catching hatred from dykes. Pitch black on Riddick, they dwell in the darkness, I'm fighting to stay in the light. Get ready, recession, depression, the demon possession, progressing, repent cause the kingdom of heaven's at hand. Oppression was making us mad. Move out the cities, it's gonna get terribly bad. Sword in the house, order versus the dad. Son and the mother unite just to conquer the brother and confiscate all that he had. Men screaming like women, they rightfully scared. They killing for slices of bread. Starvation turn people to cannibalism. The fall of the system resembles the night of the dead. Is it true? Ain't despite how he said. Usually, truthfully, truth does offend. The music encoded with voices of devils within. They telling our daughters that they can be men. The pastors are liars. They teaching the people we don't have to keep the commandments. Translation: the most are okay with us paying the wages of sin, or he gave us grace at the sin. They've got more faces than men. Them chips don't come with no dip or go with no dip, cause they place them under your skin while cracking the code is a grins. I see you holding it in. See, I'm reloaded again. The house out of order, the women controlling the men, the children controlling the parents. When will it end? We close to the end. The ink is the fire and smoke is my pen. The four corner angels was holding the wind. Wipe the crust out your eyes, better open your lens. Won't be a rainbow or token, my friend. Let the filthy be filthy and the holy be holy. This revelation can't cloak or pretend. The book of Revelation, chapter 21, verse 12. And had a wall great and high, and had 12 gates, and at the gates 12 angels, and names written thereon, which are the names of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel.
Fire for ink. Man, shout out to Page of the Hebrew. Shout out to the Rock Bar, Anua Yahoo, Akwan, Yapa Q, Makello. Man, shout out to everybody out there. Man, shout out to all of y'all that stuck around with us through the end. All right. So, babe, what you got before we go?
I love you guys. Be kind to yourself. Obedience better than sacrifice. Be strong. Endure to the end.
Oh, praises. So I definitely hope y'all heard all that, because she is quite far from the microphone, and the little thing.
Did y'all hear all that?
I mean, the little vocal bubble barely moved, but
I'll repeat it if y'all didn't hear it.
Just go ahead and say it again, babe.
Did y'all hear it?
Just say it again.
I said, I love you, family. Oh, somebody said sleep time. No, I think that's my voice. That's how I sound. Be kind to yourself. Obedience is better than sacrifice.
There you go, baby. There you go. All right.
Shalisha said they heard me.
Yeah, I know. All love, family. She said, I didn't. Right? See? Look, bedtime Raws. Look, y'all wildin'.
That's my girl from the Bronx.
No doubt, no doubt. So, family, love y'all more than you ever know. No doubt. Can't wait to come back down North Carolina, see y'all again. Most High willing, man. Either way, I don't know. We'll see. But no doubt, no definitely. No doubt, y'all. So, most high willing, we're going to try to get some things accomplished this week. I know I got some good information to go through. Real quick, let me go ahead and see if I can do this for y'all. Let me drop something in the chat for all of y'all that stuck around to the end. This is going to be something that we're going to bring back out in due time, but I'm still in the process of looking into this information and things like that. So this right here could help a lot of people on out. All right. So this right here. So since all of y'all that stuck with this through to the end, definitely take a look at that. This right here, canceling contracts part 1. That's the name of that. Canceling contracts part 1. That's going to help you cancel your contracts with this system. All right. I got to look into that information as much as y'all do. So, but I figure I'll go ahead and share it with y'all. All right. So that's right. Much ahaba, Miss Paka, Royalty Garments. Love y'all family more than you'll ever know. And with all that, most high willing, we're going to see y'all again soon. All right. Shalom. A Beverkai. That's right. We out.